Here we have the Rezov Resolutes taking on the Kraka Ravnake Krakens. Here we have another game of KPA action, as we have the northern Nippon, the ones without the AV-10 turtles, which are banned from the league from being too powerful, taking on a Kislev team, the Rezov Resolutes. Of the most KPA team there is, it's the Rezov Resolutes, because they are, in fact, Kislev. So let's go ahead and kick off the ball. Interesting notes here. I believe this is his captain, Sinwolf. No, he's actually a draftee. I remember generating him. Sinwolf Spicer. I think it's a strength up guy. Yeah, there he is. Tojo Iyasu is the captain here. And we have diving tackle Bears. Very impressive. Very impressive. And here's Fedor Petrovich. He's a very good passer. It's a lot of fun watching him. And this might be Vladko Dragosinovic is their captain, I believe. So, no, he's not. I should actually pause the game to find out who the captain is. How about that? It's Vasileva Denisov, and that is a catcher of some variety. So let's go find her. There she is. Hello. All right, kick off the ball. Nice weather. That is standard blood ball we're going to be having here tonight. Ooh, boy. Natural 2 dicer there. That was unexpected, huh? Stunner. These are strength 5ers. Yeah, there he goes. And AV9 on these Bears. Very stompable Bears. Frenzy. So, gonna stay in place, and then the pow. That whistle means that he's just taken over 5 minutes to make his move. It's a social faux pas in Blood Bowl, whether it be BB3, BB2, or fumble. In person, of course, games are going to take longer. So a longer turn is not frowned upon. Beer and pretzels, they call it. Because at that level, it's just more about the fun of the game, even though there's the fun of the game right here. And that was a very bad use of the apothecary. You should eat that knockout because there could be a permanent injury in the future here. Not that I remember, it's just that that's just a general rule. You might get hit harder than you'd like. And not a judicious reroll, but he has a lot of rerolls, so I can forgive that. And he's going to put down some protection for the ball carrier. The potential ball carrier, or BC as it's called in general parlance. Very safe. But I would also say that it's a little constrained. Now, a lot of Blood Bowl coaches will play like this, though. Not a bad thing. Kraka Ravnake. And he's just going to tag 2 with his big guys. That's something I would do. Here come the Rezov Resolutes. It's nice to have those 2 back here, not tagged so they can react to wherever this is going, right? Mighty Blow and Wrestle. Just a push. It's okay, though. Good solid defense here. Let's see how the Krakens respond. I made both of these fields my favorite so far that I've made in this across these two leagues are the Krakens. Just a push. Opponent's choice. Surely that does not what he wants. He's holding in place. He's a new coach. He feels like he can't move on the Rezov Resolutes. But the fact of the matter is, he could push downfield. So, we'll see. Reroll there on the rush. Gotta have a good reason to be rushing. Missing next game. And I would not use an apothecary in missing next game either. It has to be a permanent injury of some kind, like an N or stat down. However, in the realm of missing next game, knockout, badly hurt, it's just better to eat it and try again next time, right? Because it's only temporary. And even in a more standard format, you would have lost a good bit of gold points when you think about it. If you go around sacking everybody misapplying your apothecary all the time. Now, the apothecary is not the most reliable tool, but there is a time and place for it. I think that's fair enough, right? And it's sort of a desperate run here. Doesn't have to be so desperate. He could always tag. This guy, before making such a crazy run, did not need to do that. Did not need to do that. Okay. This opens the door for the Resolutes to score in the first half, and that is not what the other guys want. He already outmuscles this guy. This is a strength 2 piece. It is the team captain. A very good piece, though, with sprint and sure feet. Leap and dodge. I mean, Nippon is a good team. Draft leagues are very overwhelming for some people that have never played a draft league. And Blood Bowl is pretty daunting for someone who's never played Blood Bowl. So, similar territory here, but when it's a double dip like that, it's pretty hard to respond. But I do like some of the defensive movements here. I mean, the columns. As you may recall, columns only work if they're the full field. If you're going to give this little loop here, then this guy could get blocked off and blitz this guy down, and then you have to reform the columns. It's a losing battle if you don't have a full field. This field is not full of columns. In fact, you could actually slip across to the north. I misplaced my eyes there. Good work. He's just tagging just to cover his bases for a crazy pass. Even then, it's not that necessary. Ooh, boy. Fedor Petrovic has the Blood Bowl. Blood Ball. The old twig skin. And now we have a blitz on target. A very leisurely defensive drive here. He's just trusting his blocks to go through, and he is rewarded there. Unfortunately for the Krakens. Now the Resolutes. Back. You see, he's just playing scared. He doesn't need to be this scared. For instance, remember that cage where he wasn't making any progress. He could very well have made progress when he was on offense. But, you know, we have to be honest. Blood Bowl is daunting for people. He doesn't know that he has quite a bit of a super team here. I would say that Nippon is better than most standard teams, right? It's certainly better than many Secret League teams. And that's okay. It's not like overbearingly good, right? But it's a very competitive team nonetheless. Very strong protection here. Sure, he can blitz and tag on target. Does he have Nerves of Steel? No, he doesn't. He's a very good player. And he gets there. He may as well burn that reroll, though, just to strengthen up his defense. There. Dodge. Says, I'm not going to let you have a free hit on my favorite character. No reason to be sprinting, but whatever. And tagged again. At least he wasn't hit, though, right? And this opens up a hole. Grab is so powerful. Yeah, look at that. Even though they're on their feet, he's changed the field right before our eyes. That gives him a valid chance to score. Is he going to try to score this turn with that kind of maneuver? He might be. Oh, this is going to be nuts. 3+ with the accurate skill. Touchdown! Touchdown! Rezov Resolutes. Rezov Resolutes 1. Kraka Ravnake Krakens 0. A defensive touchdown in the first half really makes the shutout possible to give them more points in the standings. So worth thinking about. Worth thinking about. For instance, a shutout is worth 3 points extra, and then a blowout's worth 5. But remember, a win is worth 30 and a draw is worth 10. So it's not overbearing. Again, we're going to get rid of the casualty differential in our scoring. So don't worry about that. Glad to knock out the kinks now in Season 1 rather than Season 5, right? So, and the willingness to change is very important in these first few seasons. But the tweaks aren't that big, it feels like. And this is what I mean by playing scared. He created this piece, this sprint 9-move piece, sprint sure feet. He could have scored a 1-turn touchdown very easily. With the Ninja Catcher is ridiculously strong. He really makes the roster, you know. Sure, these linemen are like any other lineman, and the blitzers are strong just because any blitzer is going to be strong on any team. But this guy right here, this ninja is very, very powerful in terms of being able to score in bunches. So think about that. If you're going to use Nippon, it's not like a bad team at all. Block and tackle on Vanilla. Down he goes. And the idea here is, what if I can score quick? What if I put the pressure on him and he has to handle the rerolls on offense? Because offense is more burdensome when it comes to rerolls. Block on Vanilla. Down he goes. Pushes right into the polar bear. Very good idea. Yeah, this is fine too. Same thing with the polar bear. He'll take the wrestle. Just tagging and putting some tackle zones on his own man. Okay, that's good. He's fairly safe. He could get tagged. He could get tagged, but I will say he's pretty okay. Knocked out. Dragosinovic is knocked out. Poor Vladko. Oh, here we go. And a diving tackle lands. It was... I think you have to roll a 6 for that to happen. It's very rare, and it's in game 1. Very rare dice occurred here. It was well earned, though. Stunner. He's got to protect his ball carrier. He's going to be sorry. Yeah, he needs to move this guy first. Yeah, you got to re-roll this if it misses, but it hits. Good work. Rezov Resolutes. The most Kislevan team I've ever heard. In the KPA, Kislev Premier Alliance. A secret draft league. Secret teams, of course, are curated by Fumble. Very well balanced for what it is, by the way. 1 dice, tackle and block. Pow. I used to call it critting there, but, you know, a crit isn't really that much of a crit if it's 1 out of 6, right? And there's the brave man. Now he's brave. He may as well sprint. He may as well use sure feet. May as well use a reroll. And he gets to where he needs to go. This might be the end of the shutout here. Another defensive touchdown is in the offing. I don't understand this dodge, dude. Alright. It worked. That is a lot of rerolls burnt for no reason. I don't know. Not a fan of that, but he got what he wanted. The ball carrier is very well protected. Vladko. He does have the POW dice. Is he AV? Oh, he's AV8. I was about to say, if he's AV9, that's ridiculous. Down he goes. Stunner. Can anybody get on frame? Yes, he can. It is Lord Bogdan Boreko Kererutskoy. POW dice. That is upsetting for the Krakens. And he's badly hurt in the process. Again, not worth an apothecary use. But, you know, more valid. More valid there. Because the game is kind of riding on the tie. And that there's still a chance for the Resolutes to be winners of a shutout, at least. It's hard to score 3-point deficits in any kind of Blood Bowl. Also why it's given so many bonus points, 5 bonus points. Now, the most points you can score in a game is 38, technically, because you can get a blowout and a shutout. But also, it is the point differential. So, if you have 3-0, you're actually scoring 41 points. So if you are behind in the standings, there is some movement there, potentially, to get the equivalent of more than a draw and a win, just by 1 point. See, that's more fair, though, than having Kaz, so that's why that's changing. There we go, because then it gets ridiculous. Huzzah! Looks like a touchdown. There's no reason to hold off. If you can score here, you should, and he does. Touchdown! Rezov Resolutes. Rezov Resolutes 2. Kraka Ravnake Krakens 0. It's going to be important for the... So this is the first time we see these kind of guys with claws on the field. Interesting that they weren't there before. I know it's AV8 though, so I can understand being worried. You never know. These are warrior monks. You see what I mean with the Nippon being better than most standard teams, though? They have so many tools. There you go. Not quite what he wanted. That's going to be painful. I thought he would try to hit him with the bear because AV8 turns into AV7 with Mighty Blow. Oh, he has Mighty Blow as well. Good choice. Then he can get Mighty Blow on him with 3 dice. Oh. Welcome to the KPA, new coach. I'm sorry that this is your experience. All the same, you gotta fight back. You'll be more sorry, as we're seeing. Down he goes. Good work. You know, some draft leagues are about inviting very strong coaches just to, I don't know. And that is a philosophy to have, but it's mostly about having fun. So if you can have fun while taking the punches and learning, Blood Bowl is much more easy to play. But, you know, it can be stressful for some personality types, and that's completely valid. So that might be what's happening here. Because this is very reserved behavior in terms of what he's trying to do with the ball, just protecting it, preventing the blowout loss to save face a little bit, if we're being honest about it. Yeah, just having one polar bear there is enough. They're not going to out-muscle him. Okay. Probably one polar bear and one lineman. The other guy can proceed, but I think that the Resolutes are happy with the win in their opening game. And they're saying, like they know that the ball's too hard to get at. These aren't elves. But the Resolutes, the Kislevans, are doing pretty great. You may wonder what he's doing here. But it's safer to have these tags than not. You know what I mean? It's safe. And see, laying on the ground there. It's over. And he doesn't even hit back. And that ends the ball game. Rezov, Resolutes 2. Kraka, Ravnake, Krakens 0. The Resolutes score a shutout victory. That is very notable. Good job. Off to the next game, we're going to go back to the UFL. Let's begin with that.